Do you have the striking superpower? Have you ever stepped up to a 160-yard shot, you hit your 7-iron, flush, like I'm talking out of the middle, perfect sound, perfect feel, and that ball drops short of the front bunker? Or the opposite, you hit one out the toe, you feel it through your whole being that you've misstruck it. You look up, and that ball goes pin high, and you got a putt for birdie. In golf, too many golfers live in this gap between the reality of what happens compared to what you think is happening. And golfers spend thousands on lessons and equipment to try and close this gap. But there's a study that shows us the answer probably isn't in those two places. In 2022, there was a study from the International Journal of Golf Science. Bear with me, I know that sounds boring, but it's not. It's going to improve how you play this game. And what they did is they took a group of golfers and they took all their senses of way of ball speeds and strikes and distance and direction. And they posed the question, does your strike superpower improve as your handicap improves? And the results are going to be game changing to how you look at improving your golf game across all handicaps. And there's a shocker in the data around direction which will blow your heads off when we get to the end of the video, because it's hilarious what we think is happening compared to what really is happening on the golf course. So let's break down why you can't trust your golf swing. Let's break down and see if you've got this striking superpower, and also show you why you're probably sabotaging your own practice sessions by not closing this gap between reality to what you think happens. So the data clearly showed a correlation between lower index golfers and awareness of strike. Better players don't just hit the center of the face more often, they're very much aware when they don't, and then where they hit the ball on that face, where higher indexes were just less aware. This is something that has to change. This is something you have to practice and improve to move yourself into that better player category. Let's show you how you can first adjust strike and B, work it into your practice. First idea you can use is hit from different ball positions. So it doesn't matter what club you've got. I've got a 7-iron here and I have a standard ball position. Let's say it's just forward of kind of my buttons on my shirt, just left chest to be the middle of the ball. That's my standard ball position. If I move the ball forward from there, I tend to hit it higher, but I also tend to catch it clean. So I tend to kind of pick the ball off the top of the mat. If I move the ball a little bit back, so we're just slightly back of center now, I tend to hit it a little bit more ball then turf kind of punchy. One of them's going to be better from the rough, the ball then turf kind of punchy ones. One of them balls slightly forward is going to be good from a fairway bunker. It's also going to be better maybe from different situations, different lies on the course. So getting used to playing from different ball positions and trying to hit target. You can see when I put the ball back, I blocked it. So I need to practice when I put the ball back, making sure I'm aiming accordingly. I get that strike I want, but hopefully start it a little bit straighter. Working in different ball positions when you play or when you practice will help you play, and it will help you improve your feelings of where you're hitting the ball on the face. High, low, heel, toe, those kind of ideas. Vertical low point. So if the club is in the air or bearing in the ground. So don't think hitting down or up. Think more how low does your club go. Really simple way of playing with that. Feet together. What I want you to do is hit a shot with your feet together and see what your strike's like. For lots of people, they strike the ball quite nicely. Same idea now, feet together, but what you're going to do is put a bounce and a jump in before you hit the ball. So you want to be coming up when you hit the ball. See how I top that one? That's moving my low point way above that ball. If you're someone who buries the club in the ground a lot, you tend to fat the ball a lot, you might find you need to get out of your lead leg a bit more. You might need to get that vertical coming out when you hit the ball. So putting that bounce in might help you find that. And then finally, feet together and stay down. Just really kind of stay down on it. See how my knees have stayed bent? That one really punches out a bit lower. Again, really good out of heavier lies. I'm going to stay down on it. These are things good players are doing on the course all the time. They are moving their strike without telling you dynamically. You need to be practicing this way, A, to find better strikes, and B, build up that superpower of feeling where you're hitting on the face. So better players are strike sensing machines. That kind of makes sense, but hopefully some of those tips can help you close the gap between the better players' senses and yours. But knowing where you've hit the ball on the face is only half of the problem. There's another big gap. And this is the carry distance gap. The data showed that better players are significantly more accurate at guessing carry distances, where they found that the lesser skilled golfers tend to muddle between carry distance and total distance. So once the ball's rolled out, they use different reference points, as in they used holes that they played at a certain distances, where better players just knew the number their club carried. And the takeaway for this is if you can't accurately guess how your ball is going to carry through the air, how far it's going to travel, trying to carry hazards, trying to take on the problems that golf architecture puts in front of you becomes really complicated. Also, put yourself in this situation. How many of you have stood over a shot and had that doubt? Is this the right club? That looks closer than I'm used to, or this club normally goes this distance as you're standing over the ball. Those kind of doubts can be beaten. You can practice them away by using these ideas. Learn your carry distances. Don't get seduced by rollouts at holes you play every week that are 200 yards that your 6-iron gets to, because they kind of bound on or they have a dry front that bounces on. Learn your carry distances is really going to help you find more targets. Make sure when you're out playing that you're measuring where the flag is, but you're trying to measure where the bunkers are as well. Where are the covers? What distance does this ball need to go in the air? Not just what distance does it need to go to the pin. Sometimes maybe a GPS can be better than a laser for that situation. Then play this free ball carry game. So this is something I would always do on the range. You can do it on my simulator here, where you put something you've got to get the ball over and you can hit 3 shots with different lofts of clubs and see how many make the actual carry. So I've put this pin back. This ball's going to have to fly. I would be doing this on a range, just trying to drop it over a bunker, over a slope, over any targets out there. So anything that makes the carry out of 3 shots might just give you a truer representation of what you're actually doing when you're on the course, because you're going to find that some clubs don't actually make carries and you can start adjusting your aims. Make sure you put a pre-shot routine in between each shot as well, so try and make it a bit more realistic. So I've pushed that one a little bit. No, not too bad. This will lead on to my last point. Will it make the carry on that line? Oh yeah, hero shot. Woo, 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 woo. So I'm hitting a 7-iron here from whatever distance I am, 189. That one's not getting there. Oh, so for me, I know that's right on my limit. Say that's carried 182. So if you're putting a flag out there at 189 and there's trouble short, I'm going to be hitting a hard 7 or a soft 6. Play your carry game, use different shots, try and drop it over a target each time. It'll really help you understand what clubs are good at making those covers. So better players can feel where they've hit the ball on the face. They can feel how far a ball might travel once they've hit it and have more awareness of those distances. This makes us think that they've got this kind of sixth sense, and they must also understand direction as well. And this is where the study got quite weird, because when it comes to directional, everything you thought you knew and better players thought they knew is maybe a complete golfing myth. So the data showed that skill level had almost zero effect to predict left and right. So directional misses when blind, all golfers were blind. So without seeing that ball flight, they were making things up that weren't actually coming out in the data. And why this matters is that the brain basically just fills the gaps. So when you're practicing, if you're not watching ball flight, studying ball flight, you're making these things up, maybe hitting into nets and not monitoring if the ball is going left or right because you can't. The big question is, are you actually practicing? Well, let's give you some tips to how to improve this practice, bearing in mind how blind everybody is. Just staying on this last hole with that now in mind, knowing that we're not very good at the left and right. And you could see when I thought I pushed one, I thought it was way right when it was slightly right. It's very hard to know. Our brain fills in those gaps of what we think happens. So try hitting your shots. This is tough, tougher than lots of golfers think. Hit your shots. Do not pull out of your follow through. So just hold it until the ball has landed. Really learn and study each shot. Learn your patterns. Understand what is happening to your game. It's so easy in golf to get frustrated. Hit a shot, turn away, feel like you've done something. You I didn't hit that one right. And you're not learning anything from that shot. You're not being able to take that information to the next shot and improve. Just play that whole follow through game every time you practice it, even when you're playing, and just watch that shot to the end. Don't let the emotion get the better of you. let's use logic, because like the data shows, our brain is just filling so much myth into our heads around a golf shot. And that's the trouble with golf. There are so many myths, which we all get tricked up on, which is why I made this video to help you not get tricked up on these 10 common golf myths.